The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yahanna, presents the Big 5-0. The 50th Annual Lord's Passover, Saturday, April 20th at sundown.
But I'm here to tell you one thing. Whatsoever right you got, you better go out, man, and do the will of the Most High like it has never been done before. And see the next brother right that's on the line.
The 50th Annual Lord's Passover, Saturday, April 20th at sundown. Shalom.
Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yeshai B'Katam to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Elatam B'Hashem Yoshai to all the sisters. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahanna. We have been teaching this truth since 1969, that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. We have been separated and oppressed and indoctrinated by Christianity for so long that we can't remember who we are as a people. The Bible belongs to blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. And true black history is written and recorded in the Bible. Now, this is something that the Catholic Church would never teach you. The Muslim mosque is not going to teach you this. Egyptology is not going to teach you this. The Baptist Church is not going to teach you this. Your grandmother is not going to teach you this. Your mother is not going to teach you this. But here in the I.S.U.P.K, under commanding General Yahanna, we're going to show and prove that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 27 and 1.
Khan. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 27 and verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
So Moses and the elders of Israel was addressing the entire nation of Israel. And he commanded them to keep all the commandments, not some, not the ones that feel like, not half in the morning and half in the evening. He commanded them to keep all the commandments. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1.
Khan. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently.
All right. It says it shall come to pass, right? Which means this must happen, right? If thou listen diligently, right? Diligently means an attentive or persistent way of doing anything, right? Giving an earnest effort, or in our local parlance, making it your business to do. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
To observe and to do all his commandments, right? Not lie down on your couch and believe you're saved, right? To observe and to do it, right? And here it comes again, to do all his commandments. Go ahead.
Which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So the Most High, Moses is prophesying to the nation of Israel, right? That if they keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, that he is going to lift the nation of Israel above all nations on the face of the earth. So that is above the Chinese, above the Syrians, above the East Indians, above the dusty Africans, right? We will be above, right? So we should not be fighting for equality, to hold hands together with these other nations. We are a nation of class. So we are supposed to be above all nations on the face of the earth. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15.
I don't count. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. And it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So it says here now that if we did not listen, go ahead.
To the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments.
To observe and to do all his commandments. So if we did not listen to what the Most High is telling us, so this right here is showing you the balance. This is just like a parent with a child, right? Showing you the balance. If the child listens to the parents, he gets whatever the parent promises him. But if he does not listen, go ahead.
To do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
Alright? So it says now that if we do not listen, all these curses will come upon us. So just like the reference with the parents, if the child does not listen, he will be punished. Right? So if the nation of Israel does not listen to the voice of the Lord thy God to keep all his commandments, we will be punished with these curses. Go ahead.
And overtake thee.
And the curses will overtake us. Right? When something overtakes you, it means it goes in front of you. So don't matter where you go, where you run to, or which side street you take, or which country you fly to, these curses you're going to meet there when you reach. Right? The curses will overtake you. Go ahead.
Verse 16.
Alright. Yeah, go ahead. Continue.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
It says, cursed shall thou be in the city. Right? When you go into the city, there's drugs in the city. There's violence in the city. There's abortion in the city. There's jail time in the city. There's death and destruction in the city. Go ahead.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
And cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall thou be in the country. When you run from the city to the country, the curses will still be there to meet you. Death and destruction will still be there to meet you. The violence will still be there to meet you. The teeth of wild beasts will still be there to meet you. Even blacks and Hispanics who are working on these mega farms, right, that they have, the food that they produce on these farms, they don't even get anything to eat from it, right? What we get in our supermarkets are processed foods. These are the things we get in our supermarkets. We have the Mexicans eating chitlins, which is animal intestines. That is what they get. They don't get the good stuff. The good stuff goes to the 5-star restaurants, right, and the 5-star resorts, right? Go ahead.
That's it.
Okay, go to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
It says our sons and daughters shall be given to another people, right? Even in the days of slavery, our sons and daughters was given to the white man, right? Through the Atlantic slave trade. And even when you go today, even in Trinidad, our sisters, our Israelite sisters, right, who come from the country of Venezuela, because of oppression and poverty, right? They were given up to come to Trinidad for a better life, right? And when they arrived here, they fell victim to prostitution by the Chinese and the Syrians, right? When we send our children to the Muslim mosques, we give up our children to the Arabs. When we send our children to the church, we give up our children to the white man, right? To that nasty and deceiving Christianity. That's why the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Alright? Continue.
And thine eyes shall look and fall with longing for them all the day long.
And our eyes will look and feel with longing for all the day long. Because why? Religion has taken them away from us. Right? Police brutality has taken them away from us. A lot of our brothers and sisters are right now in the grave. So our eyes will look with and feel with longing for them all the day long. Alright? Moving from there and going on to Deuteronomy. You have any more?
Come.
Alright, continue.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
And there shall be no might in your hand. You won't be able to do nothing about it. Right? So the police send your child to the grave, they won't be able to do nothing about it. The system wouldn't help you. Because by us not following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, the justice system will fail you. Right? Continue. Right? We're going to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49.
Come. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 49. The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far. Right? And this nation that comes against you from far is known as the so-called white man. Continue.
From the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
And everybody knows. It is known throughout history. It is documented that the symbol of the eagle belongs to the white man. Right? Continue.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
When the white man came across here, the conquistadors came to the native Indians. It is documented that the native Indians spoke Hebrew, and the conquistadors spoke Spanish. They spoke a total different language. Right? Continue.
Verse 50. A nation of fierce countenance.
A nation of fierce countenance. Continue.
Which shall not regard person of the old, nor shew favor to the young.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not show favor to the old or the young. Right? Right through history, the white man is known for conquering and destroying. Even through slavery, it is documented. He has bashed babies against trees. He has killed our foreparents. He has raped and molested us. Right? This is a nation that is vicious. Right? Upon any nation it lays prey on. And it says that the Lord sent this nation against us because we did not want to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Right? You have anything else? Verse 50?
Come.
Alright. Going to verse Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 64.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 68, Salakia. Chapter 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
So the Most High, right, said he was going to scatter us, right, amongst what?
Among all people.
Amongst all people. So anywhere you go on the planet Earth today, you will be able to find blacks, Hispanics, and native Indians. Continue.
From the one end of the earth even unto the other.
One end to the earth, even unto the other. Continue.
And there shalt thou serve other gods.
And there we will serve other gods. Right? Our people have given in to Buddhism, and we run to the pundits for palm readings. Right? We run to Christianity, we run to Islam, we run to Egyptology, we run to all sorts of religion. Now we are serving other gods. Continue.
Which neither nor thy fathers have known.
And these are gods neither us or our fathers had previously known. Continue.
Even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone. The wood is the Christianity. We bow down and serve the cross in the church. We cry, we jump up, we behave in all different unscrupulous manners inside the church, right? Because we love the white man, we love the Caesar Borgia, right? As I say, Christianity has dominated the minds of our people, right? And even when I say wood and stone, and the stone is the Muslim, right? And a lot of our people have been trapped in the Muslim religion, right? Traveling to Mecca every year, walking around a Kaaba stone. For what reason? The Kaaba stone cannot bring down HIV. The Kaaba stone cannot bring down high blood pressure. The Kaaba stone cannot bring down diabetes. But yet still, year after year, we walk around this big rock for no reason. Alright? You have anything else on that?
Yeah. Yes.
Alright, so we're going to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
The scripture says the Lord shall bring us into Egypt again. The word Egypt, right, is a Greek word. In the Greek it means Egyptos and it means bondage, right? So the Most High was going to bring us into bondage again because we decided not to follow the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Continue.
With ships.
With ships. The only people to go back into slavery with ships are the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, known as the Atlantic slave trade. And also when the Spanish conquistadors came and met the Native Indians in the land of Azareth, they were sent back to Europe on ships to serve as slaves in Europe. Continue.
By the which wherefore I spake unto thee.
All right. By the way I said, it will happen. The same way the Most High said it, the same way it happened. Continue.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
And we never saw our homeland no more. We never saw the land of Israel anymore. Right? We were picked up, sold into slavery by the Arabs and the Africans to the white man, and we never saw our homeland no more. And even though today we could fly back and go to that land, the city is never the same no more. Right? Continue.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And we were sold unto our enemies. The Most High said, we were sold unto our enemies. So if the Arabs and the Africans sold us to the white man, right? The white man who was the devil the Bible speaks of, who is known as the Edomites in the Bible, is our enemies. Continue.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
For slave men and slave women. During the time of slavery, we were sold on the slavery auction blocks. Right? Continue.
And no man shall buy ye.
And no man could redeem us. Martin Luther King couldn't redeem us. Malcolm X could not redeem us. All the black famous leaders through the Black Power movement could not redeem us. Right? Because we broke the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God. Right? Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. But under Commander General Yohanna, we have the opportunity now to come back to keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High in righteousness, to bring back the nation to its rightful place, so that when our King Yahushua returns to this earth, we will be in a right standing order. Right? So with that we say Shalom.
The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, under commanding General Yohanna, presents the Big 5-0. The 50th Annual Lord's Passover, Saturday, April 20th at sundown.
But I'm here to tell you one thing. Whatsoever right you got, you better go out, man, and do the will of the Most High like it has never been done before, and see the next brother life that's on your heart.
The 50th Annual Lord's Passover, Saturday, April 20th at sundown. Shalom.